Ebio 75 went Ebio 70 live and showed us both a 79 Part 2 spoiler and an interview with Boom. Ebio? More like Skibio at this point. We learned new details about episodes 79, 80, 81, and even Duchess and Watchmen of Doom. Let's dive into the new information. Yo guys, plunger here. Okay, since I'm sure you're noticing. Yep, full screen update video. I usually love making concise shorts for updates, but they can also be a bit limiting. So occasionally I'll switch it up for you. Let me know what you think. Firstly, Ebio shared this with us yesterday, a blurry tease of a full spoiler and a few pixels of it. There were a lot of guesses as to what it was, but today, we finally had it revealed. The spoiler shows Duchess aura farming with her Ebio specs, and a camera strider behind her in the distance in the middle of attacking. What a Chad. By the way, some people thought she lost an arm, but nah, her hand is just up to her face. But where is she? There's no context in the shot. Well, there's a small clue. To the right, we can see this lil thing. Check the end of episode 79 part 1. It looks to me like a match to the shoulder of this large cameraman, though it could also be a part of the Watchmen of Doom. Either way, she hasn't moved, we haven't moved, and neither have the cameramen. This shot likely takes place very early in part 2. She is standing now. The cameramen have resumed attacking, and somehow the Strider got behind her. Bro would not be doing that if the other Astros were still present, so they must be distracted. Clearly the tide has changed and we suddenly have the upper hand. But how? Perhaps they are reacting to something that interrupted the kill screens. But what stopped the screens? I've said many times now that I believe it will be G-Toilet. Remember, Bro is immune now. But will it be him? Let's dive into Ebio's interview with Boom to see if we can fish out any further clues. But wait, before the interview, Ebio showed his previous chats with Boom. Boom says about the Duchess. Her character will have some development through 79 full and 80. Interesting. If we are still seeing Duchess in the full episode, this kinda implies we aren't going to be leaving the camera base. Maybe we'll see the speaker base in 80? He then elaborates more about the community not fully seeing the depth of her character. Personally, I'm hyped to learn more about her beyond her insanity and sadistic nature. There's a ton of potential for complexity in her motivations. Okay, let's jump into the interview. Firstly, Ebio asked about the speakerman at the end of 78, which Boom answered with POV. Well, our POV is not a member of the speaker armada, so perhaps Boom misread this as 79? Next, Boom confirmed we'll see more semi-titans and other factions, which he had previously hinted at to Stake. He then clarified that 79 will lay groundwork for 80. Perhaps this is where we'll finally see the G-Toilet meeting mentioned by the TV scientist. Boom said we'll see the shapeshifter again soon, so be sure to look out for any prop hunt shenanigans, guys. She could be anything. She could be me!
Why are you looking like that? It's just plunger.
Okay, no. Anyway, Boom said the same about G-Toilet, which would at the very least fit with my hopes of him returning in part 2. And finally, he said the same yet again about the speaker base. So the bottom line here is that we'll be seeing a lot of cool stuff soon. Ebio then asks about the importance of the secret scenes in the full episode and the season, to which Boom responds, "A lot of very important stuff that the buildup was for is dropping in the next eps." This just further reiterates what he said previously about 79 laying the groundwork. We then get another confirmation that the episode is likely to arrive in August, which isn't surprising. Boom has mentioned that he's been dealing with some behind-the-scenes BS, probably lawsuit-related, so that's likely contributed a lot. Guess what, guys? Some time has passed since the Skibidi invasion began. I know, shocking. He unfortunately didn't respond to Ebio's follow-up question. Ebio asked Boom if he plans to include some Latin American countries, to which he said yes, which makes sense considering the Astro invasion is entirely global. And suddenly, confirmation we'll see Duke within the next 10 episodes. What are your predictions for Duke? I'm mainly curious if he will be Titan-sized or maybe larger. Speaking of Duke, Ebio asked if G-Toilet is afraid of him, to which Boom said, G-Toilet is afraid of nothing. Hell yeah, G-Toilet absolutely mogging his alien family right now. But he did later edit that message to add some mystery. What do you think G-Chad could be afraid of? I doubt it's Duke, since Boom's knee-jerk response was to say he's not afraid. Boom then goes on to speak about episode 81, mentioning it won't be a long episode but a very interesting one. Something people speculated about a lot will happen. Well, luckily for us, we know exactly what he's talking about here. Specifically the strange screen-headed dude from episode 74. In a Q&A on Discord a year ago, Boom answered that 81 will show regarding that mysterious figure. Do you guys believe it'll be a computer man? He then confirmed 80 will be 2 or 3 parts. Confirmed Duke is pretty powerful. Make of that what you will. And that's about it. The interview ended with a pixel leak from Boom. Careful! That pixel contains the entire plot of Skibidi Toilet and every frame of 79 Part 2. Look at your own risk. So, while I still think we'll see G Toilet this episode, I do now think that perhaps the speaker base might be saved for either the very end of the full episode, episode 80, or whatever episode we end up seeing Titan Speakerman, rather than Part 2. But Boom did say someone will kind of return, which could fit a tease of Titan Speakerman very well indeed. But honestly, could be anyone. Finally, there's one more bit of news to share. EBO revealed some information about Watchmen of Doom, who is apparently receiving an upgrade for Part 2. Boom showed this design to EBO, but he was not allowed to share it. He says, "At first glance, you can see that his power has increased. This is my perspective and opinion. The changes will be worth it. I don't really know if his power has increased. I'm just saying what I see. He has new visual details that make him look better than before. Maybe this is why his legs have hooks in that other spoiler. I'm guessing bro has a phase 2 like a boss fight. Or similar to his previous Cinema Man upgrade. Stuff will fly in and attach to him. However, there is a small chance that this change is actually a retcon, because Boom changed his mind about some things. What's quite interesting is that EBO doesn't know if he actually has any new abilities, so the changes seem to be mostly aesthetic. For now, however, we are left only wondering. With this new information, leave your predictions for the next 3 episodes below. Subscribe.